Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we still love reviews and tutorials. My name is Firenza. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that little bell notification button next to it so that you can get notified when I post new videos. So it has been about 2 months and however many days, 4 days, 2 months and 4 days since I first started my Locs, and I haven't checked in with y'all, and I told y'all I was going to check in after a month, so sorry. Here we are though, and I'm ready to check all the way in. I wanted to kind of like break this into sort of 3 sections, I guess, or categories. Some of the things that I love, some of the things that I wish I would have did, and then some of the things that I plan to do moving forward. They have grown a lot since January 2nd, and I'm grateful for that. It has been a journey though. So there's been a couple of times where I have had the moment where I'm like, ugh, is this really what you want to do, Firenza? But there has not been a moment where I like regretted my decision to lock my hair. The fact that I have not turned back yet is a good sign. We are 60 plus days into this thing. So I want to start off with some of the stuff that I love first. I think that, you know, the main reason why I locked my hair was because the maintenance of loose hair is just a lot for me. Starting Locs is easy. You know, all I got to do is put my bonnet on every night, maybe spray it down with some water every day or every other day, and make sure that it like stays moisturized. But outside of that, there is no maintenance, and that is one of the biggest things that I love about you know, going through this journey. Also, like twisting it or retwisting it, sorry, is like once a month so far, but I think I'm actually going to start stretching that out to maybe like 6 or 8 weeks. You know, my hair is growing really fast, so that's obviously a plus. You know, when I first filmed me twisting it up, you know, they were probably somewhere like around here-ish. I'm not really pressed about the length of them at all. I've never really been pressed about length of hair. But I mean, it is something that I'm enjoying watching. The other thing that I love is the fact that some of them are already starting to lock. I think I got a couple of them in the back that have some budding happening. If you don't know what budding is, it's essentially the point at which your hair begins to lock on the actual twist. So for me, it's like a little piece. I'm going to try to zoom in so y'all can see, but it's like a little piece right here that is starting to bud. And what I read about budding is that essentially that little section of locking that happens in the budding stage will grow like a bubble onto the rest of your locks, right? And then that's when you have like the full lock. The 2-strand twist pattern will eventually disappear, and you will have what we know to be traditional looking locks. You know, what I find myself doing is like going to YouTube because I'm like, okay, is my hair like, is it doing what it's supposed to do right now? And the truth of the matter, there isn't any supposed to do. Like, that's not a thing. Your hair is gonna do what it wants to do. If you are on a journey right now, or if you decided to lock your hair and you are about 2 months in, I hope you're not looking at this video thinking, you know, oh, my hair doesn't look like hers. It's okay. It's not supposed to look like mine. It's supposed to look like yours. So I want to move on to the stuff that I wish I had done differently. I wish that I had actually started with a 3-strand twist. The reason I feel this way is because 3-strand twists on my hair look more like a comb coil. But for me, a comb coil doesn't stay as neatly, I guess, as a 3-strand twist does on my hair. It also stays better than a 2-strand twist. So a couple of them, so like this one here, wait, was it this one? It actually was this one, but this one is starting to bud a little bit. That's exciting. This one here, and then this one over here, which is a super thin one, came loose. This one's also got a little bit of action happening, but these two kept unraveling. Like, I think at one point this one was like completely gone, like completely unraveled. I was like, I'm not gonna bother it. I'm not gonna try to retwist it up. I'm gonna wait till I get my hair actually retwisted. I'm gonna let my sister, like, you know, palm roll it and get it back to where it needed to be. She ended up retwisting it, but so it doesn't really matter. But I say all that to say that, like, you know, there are some that are still, you know, trying to come unraveled, and that's okay. I'm letting it happen the way that it happens, and you know, whatever happens, happens. So the other thing that I would do if I was starting it again, I would probably, so if you guys were watching my first video, you remember that I had actually done them a lot bigger than they were now. And then I told y'all halfway through the video that I had actually decided to split them all in half. And I kind of wish that I had done them a little bit bigger. I feel like because my hair is fine, and one of my friends actually tried to tell me this, but I didn't listen to her. But because my hair is so fine, doing them either like really big or really, really small would have probably been better. Could very well turn into something completely different. But I do wish that I had started them a lot bigger. I was expecting that my hair would, that the locks would just be too big and I wouldn't be able to like curl them if I wanted to, or you know, do bantu knots or something like that. And that just was silly. They weren't that big when I first started them. The other thing that I wish that I would have done was actually parted it. So if you guys remember from the first video, I didn't part my hair. I just like grabbed it and went. It's fine because when my sister retwists it, she does try to make the parts look as neat as possible, but I kind of wish that I had parted it in some sort of system, because then it would have ensured that most of them were the same size. For example, I showed y'all this one here and you can see its size, but then I go to this one here and it's like these are two very different sizes, right? And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I did not part my hair when I was starting them. I just grabbed and went. I'm not tripping. Like, my hair is going to do what it's supposed to do, and they gonna be bomb regardless. And then the last thing, and this is something that I was really stressing about, but after talking to a couple people that I know who have had locks for years, I'm not as worried about it anymore. But if you look up anything related to locks on the internet, you're gonna see people say you have to twist your locks clockwise. Meaning to the right. And the reason behind that, from what I read, is because you want to make sure that you are twisting in the pattern that your hair like swirls or grows, I guess. When I was twisting my hair, I wasn't thinking about that. All of them are going to the left, even though not all of them are twisted to the left or were twisted to the left, if that makes any sense. But she was trying to be consistent, because the key is to make sure that you're always twisting it in the direction that you started them. That is the takeaway from that. While I wish I had started clockwise so that I could just ease my own anxiety, it's okay if they're being twisted counterclockwise. And I'm sure it'll be some random person that comments on this video and tells me why twisting my locks counterclockwise is just the worst thing that I could ever do. I'm sure that there won't be somebody like that. It's okay. The key is to make sure that you're consistent and twisting them the same way every single time. Otherwise, you will cause thinning, you will cause breakage, all that kind of stuff. But so far, I've not had any issues with the fact that they're twisted counterclockwise. I just do wish that I had known that beforehand so that I could, you know, start my locks that way. So now that I told you guys what I love and what I wish that I would have done differently, I want to tell you guys about some things that I'm planning to do moving forward. I am planning to go longer in between retwisting my hair. The reason why I'm doing this is because, you know, I want to make sure that I'm not manipulating my hair so much. My hair is really fine and really soft, and if I do manipulate it too much, it can interrupt the texture of it and interrupt the way that it grows. So I really just want to give my hair some time to just like do what it does. In between the retwist though, another thing that I'm planning to do is spray it more often. So right now I was really just mixing water and apple cider vinegar when my scalp started to itch, because I have really sensitive skin in my head on my scalp, and so my scalp would start itching and it would start to flake, and obviously I don't want that to happen. So I would spray it with water and apple cider vinegar to eliminate the itching, and then I would try to like do some oil on my scalp to avoid the flaking, which is working for me, and I'm going to continue to do that. I need to start spraying it with water more often and adding oil to it to keep it moisturized so that it doesn't feel crunchy or dry or anything, especially since my hair is color treated. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm like keeping up with it. I also am going to start like washing my hair more often. Up until this point, I've only washed my hair twice. And not because I was told that I couldn't, but just because like I was lazy. Honestly, I hate washing my hair. So I was like, okay, cool. If I can go until my next retwist, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to wash it in between. But I think it's now that I'm deciding to go a little bit longer in between retwists, I do have to wash my hair a little bit more often, and I'm probably thinking that that's going to be like once every 2 weeks. In the research that I did, people were saying that that was a decent amount of time to go in between washes for starter locks. And I think the most important thing, if you don't listen to any part of this video, please hear this. The first retwist, which was about almost exactly a month after the when I first put the twist in, I used a lock gel, and I was not a fan. I'll put what the lock gel is right here. The one that I use, I was not a fan of it, and I use it to my sister's recommendation, and I usually I do trust her recommendations when it comes to hair care stuff. But she is locking my niece's hair right now, and my niece's hair is like 4C, and it's very, very, very thick. We have completely different hair, right? It doesn't work on me in the same way that it works on her, and I just learned that it's okay. I think that it's important for y'all to know that like the products that you use in your hair are trial and error. Like it's the same as when you maybe have went natural for the first time. You had to figure out what products work best in your hair, but it did sort of weigh my hair down and make my locks look a lot skinnier than they are. It made my locks really sticky, and I didn't like that. Like your locks shouldn't be sticky after you retwist them, and when they are, it picks up on lint, it picks up on dandruff, it picks up on dirt, and you can see it. I use the Butterland Shea Butter, so I also use their black soap for my shampoo, but I use their Moringa growth oil immediately after I wash my hair on my scalp, and I just massage it in. And then I will use the shea butter to just retwist my hair, and that's it. It worked, and my hair is not sticky. It don't feel weighed down. But if you are someone who has very fine, soft, and low density hair, stay away from those heavy lock gels and twisting gels and creams and whatnot, and stick to something like shea butter that's a little bit more light and airy. It worked wonders for me, and that is what I plan to do moving forward until it no longer works, and then I'll figure something else out. So that's all I got for y'all. I just want to say a couple of words of encouragement to anybody who is planning to start their locks, or like contemplating starting them, or who has just recently started them. Listen, if you're contemplating, just go ahead and do it right now. Cut off this video and just part your hair and start twisting it. It's really that simple. For those of you who just started your journey, it's yours, and embrace it, because a decision that you made is going to flourish beautiful, and your hair is moving and coiling and growing the way that it wants to, and that is liberating. And I know I sound real crunchy saying that, but it really is. Be encouraged, my good people. You're gonna get there. Your hair is beautiful as it is right now, as it was before, and as it will be 6 months from now. All right, y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.